Welcome on. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday. It is NASA night, baby. It is NASA night. Window in Spanish is ventana. Open the ventana. Got it. Okay. So tonight is Series 63, Series 65, Series 66, even though it says otherwise on there. So we are going to fix that at some point. So welcome on. Happy Thursday. Let's get, since there's not a lot of people in here, let's do the fun stuff first, okay? So a couple of things we got going on here. We have Jeff joining us in a quick second. I heard him blink in. He'll be here. Lincoln, blinking and nod, baby. Big Jeff. There we go. Okay. Now, happy Jeff, man. How are you?
All right. What's going on?
Not much. Okay. So a couple quick things. We have if you need tutoring on mine end, series7exam.org, book us. If you need help with just studying a study plan, Jeff is the man. Okay. Now, if you want tutoring, we're here. If you want tutoring from someone other than us, why you would, I don't know, but Michael Weiss is really good. He's at series7examtutor.com. If you need resources, and I do this all the time, if you need resources, there's three great ones. There's STC. I have a link in my channel on the description page. 2, Achievable, and 3, Securities Institute of America. We have links for all of them. Okay. We have links on the main page. If you go to the main page, you can click it. You see all the resources. I got Achievable, Securities Institute of America, Securities Institute of America, STC. I have links to my other channels and stuff like that. If you want a free test, go to series7exam.org. Village in Spanish is Pueblo. Got it. Okay. If you want free exams, I have a Series 65 exam and a Series 66 exam for free, interactive, not a PDF, interactive. You can go try it out. You get a score, you get a little feedback and stuff like that. Be super duper helpful. Okay. Let's go. Let's get into this. So are we going to stick with the same question for tonight?
I don't know. What do you think? It was a really good question.
Was it this question or was it the other one?
No, it was this one.
Okay, lead off.
Okay. I want to make sure. Let's go into this stuff first, and then I'll explain the question because I want to build it up a little bit.
That's fine. Okay. So hey, facts, baby. Okay. Interesting factoids. Tequila, just go on my website, series7exam.org. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Just go to that website. Free. It's free Series 7 and other stuff. But don't forget, this is more important. Like, subscribe, and share, you bastards. Okay. So if you go to series7exam.org, you get free. You get this free 65 exam and a free 66 exam.
Whoa, what kind of comment is this?
What?
I love that 65 test. Oh, okay. Oh, you mean on the website? I thought that they love the 65.
I know I teach it. I don't even fucking love it. That's fucking horrible. Okay.
I'm like, whoa.
So, couple quick things to here. So you have the 7. Okay, if you're taking the 7, you might get some stuff, but you're probably better off waiting until Tuesday. I mean, you can stick on. I mean, happy to stay on, but Tuesday is probably better for you. Okay. Good. So Kayla, how we doing, baby? Okay. Oh, hold on. Dave. Okay, Dave, that's awesome. I love it. That's a great. Am I having a good week? It sounds like you're having a good week. You're fully licensed before the end of summer, although to me, August is basically winter. So
it's so hot out.
No, but it's not. I'm always thinking forward, right? Like my favorite month is March.
See, I know what you're saying. It would have to be like the last 2 weeks of March, first 2 weeks in April, like that kind of like time.
But I just want to be like, you get a glimpse of warmth and you're like, oh my God, it could. And then you got summer ahead of you. I'm like depressed now. It's like winter.
Are you serious?
In my mind, it's all fucking over.
It's still 8 o'clock. It's still light out.
Well, we're now at the point where there's no more 8 o'clock sundown. There's no more post 8 o'clock sundowns, right? Hopefully, if this fucking thing changes, that'll stay this way. But no, because when I think of August, I think of September, which means when you think of October, November, and then it's fucking snowing.
Yeah.
Like I'm waiting for fucking leaves. Like literally, I'm walking. Like we went to Costco yesterday, and we bought like this massive fucking skeleton. I mean, massive.
God, that's depressing. Whenever you start seeing the back to school sales, which
I know.
start about 2 minutes after.
No, here's the worst. 2 weeks ago, I see all my friends who live in the South back to school already. They're already there. They start like the first week of fucking August.
I know.
What does it start in fucking July? I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's get to let's do this. Boom. Listen, interesting. Interesting. I'll see you later. But Dave's, here's my question for you. Were there any surprises? Like I'm seeing a lot of questions. I just did a video on it. There's gonna be a new one coming out. I made it members only. But about the cybersecurity stuff, right? I did a new song for cybersecurity. It's fucking outstanding. Because when you do cybersecurity, you remember something for the 65, and this is popping up. There's 5 things you have to do for cybersecurity. Okay, you have to remember 5 things: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. IPDRR, baby. IPDRR. Identify, protect, detect, respond, recover. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. It'll be out here as soon as within 10 minutes of this thing being over, you'll get it. Okay. Now, any surprises? Okay. So now let me get into this one. So you're taking the test on the 27th. How do we feel? Okay. That's good. Okay. Let me know how you feel. It sounds like you're scoring in the mid 70s. So now, Kayla, go to my website, Serious70exam.org. Okay. Go to Serious70exam.org and go take my 65 exam, and then come on next Thursday or whenever. Actually, comment on one of my 65 videos. I'm sorry. Comment on one of my 65 or 66 exams. Tell me videos. Tell me I did. I will see that. I see most comments on YouTube. Okay, I do look at them. I try to respond to some of them. I don't get all of them. Okay. Okay, September 5th. You got so much time. Samantha, I hope you've been rereading the book. I really do. I hope you've been rereading the book. That's the big thing. I really do. That's
you
the big, when you miss once, you should go back to reading the book. Okay. What it was, look, hold on. Do you see what interesting factoids wrote? Okay. Okay, what's chapters 2020? I don't like Kaplan's not my favorite, so I don't know what's in what. So Kayla, what's in chapter units 20 to 21? Well, look, if you're scoring 70s on Kaplan, you know enough to pass. You really do. If you're scoring 70s on Kaplan, you know enough to pass for sure. Okay, here we go. Okay, so no, I want to do this one. It was hard and he loved it. That's what she said. Interesting factoids. Okay.
Is that really a factoid or is it
interesting factoid? It was it was hard and I loved it. I mean, that was just a layup. That's what she said. Okay. So now, can I explain advertising rules? So who can and who can't? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So in May, so Ryan and everyone taking the 65 and 66, you need to hear me as I speak. Listen with your ears, not your mouth. Okay. Now, in May, they changed the advertising rules, the model rules that allow states to adopt the SEC advertising rules. It is not going to be on the test until next year. So they probably took the questions that conflict with that off. I did get it confirmed. It won't be on until the early next year when they do an update, because they're going to update it because you guys know in January, NASA, I mean, fucking out of nowhere, NASA goes, boom, we're doing this. If you fail the 65 or 66 3 times, starting in January, you will only have to wait 60 days, not 180 days. But the early ones are still 30 days, which I'm okay with. I think 30 days is not bad. Okay, I think 30 days is a good wait if you fail. That's enough time to study. Because here's the problem. If it's, again, 15 is fine if you miss by 1 or 2, but whatever. If you if you miss by like 5 or 10, and they say it's only 15 days you retake, your manager is going to be on your fucking ass to take it within 2 weeks. I'd rather be like, they just have to suck it up and deal with the 30 days. Okay? Because 30 days gives you enough time to read and do it again. Okay? 30 days gives you enough time to read, take tests, go over stuff like that. That's your best bet on that. Okay? If you only had 15 days, I mean, literally, they'll push you to take it fast. They will really push you to take it fast because no manager, I mean, literally half the managers like, stop reading the book, just start taking tests. And they want to push you because they want you to start earning. I had one student who's told me I had to get her a new one. She was reading the book on her desk. Her manager took it out of her hands and threw it in the garbage. And just said, just 2 questions, don't read. So it's ridiculous. Okay. Now, let me get back to this now. So now we're on this. Okay. So I know you got to deal with the ADD shit. You got to deal with my ADD. Okay. So now
I'm well aware of that.
And
so, have you watched my video? Have you watched my video about ADD?
No, I should. I don't. Here's the difference. I lean, and you can put it on here. I lean into my ADD. I 100% lean into it. I fucking love it.
You're the only person who loves ADD.
I love ADD. That's what she said. Okay, it's hard.
And when you're ready, I've got the question teed up for tonight.
Okay, but don't do it yet. Let me get Ryan.
Not yet. Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
So here's the deal. If anything more than one person is advertising, okay, under NASA, okay. So if you send it to one person, it's not. If it's a 2 or more, it's advertising. If it's promoting something, anything out up to 10 people, you have to keep a record of everyone you did it. Oh, that's good. Misanthrope. Okay, there we go. That's a good one. Anyone, if you send it to up to 10 people, you have to keep a record of who you send it to. If you send it to more than 10 people, you just say that you have to keep a record of what you did. Okay, what you sent out. Now, do you have to file with the NASA or the administrator? If it's a non-exempt security, yes, you do. You may have to file your advertising with the administrator in each state you sell it in if it's non-exempt. Also, testimonials. SEC advisors are allowed to do testimonials. Technically, states are now, but we're going to assume that states are still not allowed to do testimonials. So, Ryan, everyone who's taking the test now, assume that you're not going to have to worry about states giving. So right now, assume that state advisors cannot do testimonials, but federal covered advisors can. Here's the problem is, a link or Facebook or Instagram, you might have a like, and if you make a post about a stock or something and somebody likes it, that could be a testimonial. So that's it. So a lot of firms turn off the like feature. And the problem with that, at first, why who cares, right? But the problem is it can be considered a like, it can be considered a testimonial, and you can't add disclosures to a like. Now, if somebody posts about how great Ryan is on Twitter or Threads or that shithole called Reddit, if it posts there how great Ryan is, and you don't do anything, fine, there's no problem. Even if you're a state advisor, nobody cares. However, if you go, oh my God, that's so nice, Jeff talked great things about me, and you bring it up, or you embed it, or repost it, or link it, or anything, that's called adoption, and it needs to meet your communications guidelines, which could be a problem. However, here's the bad one. If you, Ryan, somehow behind the scenes paid me and gave me a script and told me what to write, that's called entanglement. Now, in itself, right, telling me to write a script and all that is not, giving me a script to write is not the prohibition if you disclose it, but not doing it becomes entanglement, and it's a problem. Okay. Good.
Should I release?
Yeah, do your question.
You ready? Who here is studying for their exam as part of a career change, and what career are you coming from? Because I feel like when you get to the 63, 65, 66, it's usually after they've taken the 7. If you're here for the 65, it's because you're immediately going into an RIA. And I figure that even more so than the 7, this is like the symbol of like the beginning of a career change. It's not the begin. It's the start of something else, because a lot of people take their 7 as their first exam because they're starting their first career. But I think that this would apply here. So please, I think it's great for everybody to see that it doesn't matter where you're coming from. A lot of people say, I didn't take any finance courses in college. I've never been in this business before. And I think if enough people respond, you're going to find out that not everybody comes from this background. Because I just had a study session with somebody, and she's I forgot, well, where did she say? Oh, I think she was like coming from like video editing or something like that. It was a complete career change, and based on her personality, I think that this is going to be a tremendous fit for her. And it was somebody who was going to like a Fidelity Vanguard type of situation. I thought it was a great. I think she's making an excellent decision. So please let us know, and we can go from there. But absolutely, and the answers already. Ken, take a look at what's coming in already.
I know. I see a lot of stuff.
It's amazing. Okay, that's
so
awesome.
Let me do 1 or 2 more things, and then you can jump into it. Okay.
Yeah, great.
Okay, prepping. So Juan Sanchez, stay on there. Manuel, okay. That's awesome. Look at that. That's, I don't know how much would be new knowledge, but that's awesome. I love that you're going back and you're getting 80s now. Now, what you could do is, if you're running out of questions, either go to, if you're doing SDC, either buy their supplementals or go take my link and do the Securities Institute of America and just buy question banks. It's like $50-$60. I don't know how much it is. And you get a discount. So it's not bad. And then you're going to get so many more questions. And the more questions you can do are good. Unless you mean, now if you do so you have some with new questions, that's good. Go find my question on my Sirius70exam.org. Take that for free. You could even do the 65 one because it's such overlap. Okay. LinkedIn user. Boom, baby. I'll try to look tonight to see who you are, because it only comes out this way. Out fucking stand it, baby. I love the share, baby. Okay. Now, can you please touch on covered calls with options? I get confused with this. Okay. So here's the thing. A covered call is always suitable pretty much suitable for any account. So if you're long stock, I'm assuming this is for the 65 or 66. If it's for the 7, you can join the membership and do that. But if I'm long stock, if you're long stock, I'm bullish, but maybe I want to add some income. Like, look, I own about 500 shares of Ford stock, okay? Do you know what Ford trades at? The same fucking amount it traded at 4 years ago. It doesn't move.
What's it at right now?
Which is great, but I get no what?
What's Ford at right now?
It's like 12.
It's still down that low?
Oh, let's see where Ford's stuff. Let's see if it moves up. 1389. I mean, if you look at 5 years,
what's the dividend on it?
Flat. Like if you, I don't know if you're able to see it. Hold on.
It's always flat. What's the dividend on it?
It's not bad. 4%.
It is at 4%?
Yeah, that's why I buy it.
Okay.
But here's my thing. Does it move?
Covered calls against it.
Yes.
Yes.
The problem is everyone knows it doesn't move, so they're not very expensive.
There's not a lot of volatility.
So Juan, my friend, I am going to take this call. I'm long stock at $12, say, right? And that fucking Ford hasn't moved in 5 years. It's literally 12 to 13 to 11 all over the place, okay? So what I do, I will sell a 13 call for like $2. Anything under $1, it's probably not worth it. But I sell a 13 call for $2, and since the stock doesn't move, it expires, and I make the income. So I do covered calls. When it's long stock, short a call, I do it for income. If I want protection, I buy a put, but I don't need to do that. Ford's not going anywhere. So again, I buy stock and sell. I buy stock and sell calls to add income, increase yield, stuff like that. And it's very conservative. You can literally do it in any account. I'll let you talk in a second. Go Jets, baby. Boom, baby. Jets. Jets. Okay. We're in for another shitty season again. Okay, you're done. Okay. You're up. You can go through.
All right, let me go back to the beginning here. Second, just thing you guys go to. Let me see. Oh, okay. So let's start here. Ooh, there it's going. Oh, management consulting.
Oh, good. I like
Look
that.
at that. Look at that. Probably, from a numbers standpoint, you probably, math is not going to be the problem here, obviously. But I like that. That's going from like more probably of like a structured type of thing to more like client engagement and just having more, kind of conversations with which I like.
Right.
That could be, it's definitely a change of pace because management consulting is absolutely brutal. And is it Manuel, if you're on, like, comment on the kind of hours and what you're working. I think this will probably be a good lifestyle change also.
I agree.
Let's see also here. I came from business development at the largest optical company in the world. That's a change. I mean, you're going from business development.
I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, I imagine, feel free to add a comment in. I imagine that you're probably going into like, an advisory role. So yeah,
Right.
That's going to be a great change. It also opens the world up to like just interacting with people. I mean, I know everybody, sales is one thing, but like it's just like good conversations to have with people.
Yep.
So that's awesome. Let's take a look here. These are great answers, by the way. Got laid off from 15 years in tech last year and now working 66 and past. That's perfect. I'm telling you, tech is one thing. It's very hot. I've heard stories where people 4 years ago went to college to learn coding, and it's for Python, and now it's already like passe. Like coding is no longer a thing because AI is able to do it, and you can just take the code, copy it, and put it right in and function.
But you still need people. You still need people to double check.
Give advice. Yes. And like even in this career, like there's always that conversation of, robo advisory and automated and ask ChatGPT. But let's face it, when you get somebody, this is a high net worth business. You're going after the big fish. You might start small because of the relationship and develop it over time. But the truth of the matter is, when people get to $500,000, $1 million plus, they're not dumping and saying to ChatGPT, what should I do with my $5 million portfolio? I don't care whether it might be an advisory tool, but it's certainly not being the ultimate decision. And they still want a human to have that conversation with them. So yeah. Here's another one. Never been in the business, trying to become an advisor. Great choice. I really believe in this business. I think it's a people business. I think all businesses change with technology, but I think in the end, people want to talk to somebody. It's like being a doctor. Like, yes, doctors they're saying like things are changing with AI and this and that. But the bottom line is, if you have something going on, you want an opinion from a person. You might back it up with a conversation with like an AI tool, and they might be using AI tool for studies or, percentages, but you need the translation. And I think that this industry is no different. Let's go to the next one. Contemplating the 66. What are the key things that you know about the exam, study process, and where to go with it? Ken, you want to give your opinion on this? The 66.
Okay. So here's the thing. So if you're the big thing is half of it's regs. If you have the 7 already, I don't know if you do or not. So if you have the 7 already, there's a lot of overlap from the 7. If not, it's absolutely going to be, you got to know it's half of the regs, like state regulations, little tricky. And then the other half is like, how do you manage the portfolio, the risks, and like different theories between modern portfolio theory, CAPM, stuff like that. So again, it's not impossible. A lot of people get the 66 before they even start applying for jobs. or while they're applying for jobs, they get the 65 or the 66. But again, half of it's regs, which is like not common sense. You got to read that. And then the other stuff, you can usually work your way through in a way.
And then here's the other thing the key word in here that they said is contemplating.
Right.
Now, I think that's an interesting thing because if this is the first exam you're taking, you need to decide if you just want to go the RIA route and you just need your 65, or you want to be at a broker dealer and you can still do the investment advisory role, but then that's the 7 and the 66. So remember, it's not about, I say this all the time, it's not about how many exams you pass. It's about getting the right ones for the right career that you're looking to achieve. You don't need to do, the 7, 24, 63, 66, 9, 10. If those are all different career paths within this industry, you need to decide if you want to, maybe go out on your own, join an investment advisory, just be an investment advisor, then it's a 65. If you want to get involved with, trade execution, being a trader on a desk, being an analyst, things like that, working at a global bank, a JP Morgan, a Citi, a Bank of America, then you're going to need your 7 and things like that. So, just give that the thought. I think it's not a matter of contemplating taking the exam or not, because you're on here, you kind of have an idea what you want to do. Just figure out which path you want to take. Let's go to the next question. Yeah. I love this. Came from an illustration background, needed something a bit steadier with
That's
benefits.
crazy. That's awesome.
That's like the conversation I was just telling you I just had with the person when I had a study session. They're coming from a completely different background. I think either I forgot they were let go or whatever it is. Stuff happens. It happens to every single one of us. We've all gone through it. It doesn't mean anything. I think finding your better path is the most important thing here. And I think that's great that you're going this route. Let's see here. Currently in an operations back office role, and I'm looking to get into the advising department as an IAR. Here we go. This is a perfect example. You probably, I'd be curious to know if they have their, what licenses they have already. But this happens all the time. And the fact that you have the experience, a lot of people don't understand the life cycle of a trade. They think they just put it in, it gets executed, confirmation goes out, and that's it. But being in the back office, the amount, the processes that go into that. And knowing that when you're speaking to clients, I think is invaluable. Because it's so much more. Because like a lot of times, the portfolio can be doing great, can be doing a great job managing a client's money, but something gets messed. But something's not clear on a statement. You recognize accrued interest is incorrect on a confirmation with a bond order. These are all great things that you can take with you as you advance your career. So that's another great one. Here we go. Insurance. Perfect complement. Perfect compliment to an insurance broker. Great. It's another revenue stream.
A lot of insurance people, they expand into like the advisory part. It's that CPAs, accountants, stuff like that.
Yeah. And let's face it, if you're talking to people about their insurance, you're talking to them about, their net worth, what they need to protect, their homeowners, you get an idea. You start to you get the profile of a client just because you're their insurance broker. So that's a great thing. Here we go. Here's another office administrator. Wishing I would have done it 20 years ago. If you asked me 10 years ago, I'd be doing this now. I would have said no fucking way. I love that. So, remember, I'm just taking a round number. Let's say you're 50 years old and you're doing this right now. If you're successful, and I know you're saying from 20 years ago, you can do this into your 80s. I know, if you're really enjoying it and if it's teed up properly and you have those as assets under management, you have an annuity for the rest of your life. If people like you and you relate to them and you find your niche of clients, it's a fantastic career. I can't say it enough. I mean, I have so many people that I've met. No, you don't ever, when you're an advisor, and Ken, tell me if you would agree with this. When you're an advisor, would you say most advisors, after they build their book of business, and remember, even though you say you would have done this 20 years ago, the ramp up should be less for you now because you have the business
You have some
experience. And yes, you've got a lot of knowledge behind you. But how many people have you met, Ken, where they have a book of business and they just never leave it? They might bring in somebody to, a succession plan, but they're always the face of the book of that business.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
and it just
It's
works out.
amazing how many times I've
great.
seen somebody and person retires and go, here, just take my book. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. And then here's another one, a comment. I think is a little bit away from it, but it's along the same lines. I just saw this. They hold the 63. Would it be better for me to take the Series 65 or 66? And I think it's ultimately what kind of firm you want to land at.
Well, yeah. It depends. If you don't have a job, I would get the 65 because then it leaves you open to either one. But if you're already working at a wealth management, go for the 66. Because half of it's 63 stuff. And then you get, if you are for wealth management where you have the 7, you can get the 66. And this is the best part. If you miss, you can literally take the 65 like a week later and be done.
Although
So there's no wrong answer, Santiago Gosa.
Right. I don't think there is either. If you get the 65 or the 66.
Well, hold on. To be fair, if you're going to an RIA only, yes, 65 is the way to go. But if you're going to go to the whole thing, doesn't matter really, but do the 66. But like if you just pass the 7, there's more overlap with the 65 and the 7 than the 66. But again, you're not making a big difference either way.
I don't think there's really a wrong decision here. It's just a matter of maybe like if you know that you're going to get if you're getting a job or you're close to, and it's an RIA, you might just need the 65 because that's the one that they're going to carry.
Yeah.
They might not carry a 7, right?
What?
If you go to
RIAs didn't carry the 7, right?
They're not going to carry the 7,
Nope.
so it might not even be worth the 60. Just go for the 65.
Right.
Here's
hold on before you move on. I got to do one thing. Emily,
Oh, there we go.
Happiness, right?
Yeah, that looks
That's
good. Let it rip.
outstanding.
Do a good one.
I know. I got to do a good one. Hold on.
You got to do a good one.
They'll never take me alive. I'm getting high with my profile. Dropped on these suckers time to die. Even as a youngster, causing ruckus on the back of the bus. I was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust. But now I'm labeled as a troublemaker. Who can you?
Look at the second part of her comment. Okay, you have a fucking week. Okay, that's some crazy shit. You gotta get through the book. Here's the problem. You probably don't have time to get through the book. However, if you have STC, you have a shot, okay? Because what you can do is you can either read it, power through it, or I did the math on that with math. I fucking typed it in. If you have the STC, you can get Speechify, and at 250 words a minute, which is pretty normal, you can get the book done in 9 hours.
Here's the thing I want to know, Emily. Put this in. Is it because it's scheduled, or is it because you're being told by your company, by your employer, that you have to get it in a week? That's what I'd be curious to know.
Right.
Because
Here's the same thing. So, yeah.
Not that it can't be done. But that's it. That's a lot of, it's different than the 7. It's a lot of reading and memorization.
Right. So before you move on, so Salvador, yes, the SIE is Tuesday nights. Salvador, every Tuesday night is SIE in Series 7. You can sit down and listen. Also, if you do the membership for $5 a month, we have a Zoom class every Wednesday.
And
Okay, I see that what Emily said. But so if you do the lives on Tuesday, but if you want to spend literally less than a cup of coffee every month, every Wednesday night, we have a Series 7 tutor session. Not with me, it's one of my tutors. And you go on there's usually 5 or 6 people on there and they ask questions. It's an hour every Wednesday. It's not bad. Okay.
Should I go back to my
Notman. Yeah, I would love to. Notman's a big fan of not reading the book and these things. Like, I think it's funny. Like, the book is fine, but they're very much on like, just watch the videos, don't read the book. I'm like, you wrote the fucking book. You should tell people to read it. If I wrote a book, I tell people to fucking read it. Okay. Like, I do questions on my website. do the fucking questions on my website. So if you have that, Emily, watch my videos and watch their videos. Find my 65, 66 playlist. Power through that thing. And we go, oh, I see she's on YouTube. She jumped off LinkedIn. Got it. Okay. I was wondering why it changed. So you can't read the book and you're not going to because you didn't read it for the 7, which is pretty badass. Not advise it. I don't advise that for anyone, but it is kind of badass you did that. I would start doing the videos as much as you can and then bang out questions till your eyes bleed. Okay. You go back to your thing. There's some more people talking about it.
There's just a couple more comments
There's
here.
more.
Coding, laughing because it's almost like a thing of the past now, which is funny. And then same thing here. Make sure your kids can code. Remember that? Remember, like, get your kids coding. They need to know it. Like now you go on AI and you're like,
I'm going to add something to this. This is my thing. I don't think they're fucked yet because I know everyone thinks they are. But if you can code and you have some expertise, you can you don't need to code, but you can check when they make mistakes because Claude is not there yet. I mean, they're good, but they're not perfect yet. So you can fuck around with the code a little bit. Like you can see when they do mistakes. So there is value there still.
But I'll tell you what I did was, and what's not, if you want to make a comment, just throw it in there. I took like an immersive Python class for a month years ago. And I couldn't come at it. I knew enough to be able to look at code, but I didn't know enough to like really just start from scratch and do it. You're pulling different libraries and things like that. But here's the thing. When I see code now, I can edit the code to make it update to what I want it to be without having to know the original writing of the code, if you know what I mean. I can tweak it a little bit to make it do what I want. And then make a data table.
That's what I'm saying. That you can look and you can correct their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, supposedly 6 months ago, Anthropic was still paying big money for coders.
No, there's still a huge market for highly sophisticated coding. And the other thing is, if you're going to become a quant, a hedge fund, you have to know coding. Because you're consuming massive data tables, massive amounts of data, and you have to be able to rip through that code and figure it out. It's like a compliment. You're not gonna go to school just to become a coder. I feel like it's like a compliment to any kind of like something in higher math, engineering, or something like that. They need to know because of the amount of data that they're taking in. So it's that's the way I look at it. And then here's the management consulting answer. The first years were 12 to 16 hours. And then it got easier. But imagine if you put in 12 to 16 hours into meeting people, introducing yourself, letting them know what you do. You have an annuity for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I think we can go back to exam questions.
I love it. Okay. Okay, let me get some stuff.
Good answers.
Yeah, great stuff. Welcome. Hey, welcome. Doug Metz, you're going to love it. Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Remember, guys, you got to turn notifications on so you see the alert. It's on Zoom. All the membership shit we do is on Zoom, okay? But the link goes out on YouTube. You sign up through YouTube, and it's $5 for the SIE, which is not this night, but it's fine. $34.99 for Monday night classes, and then $49 for Mondays and Thursdays. Like my class just ended at 7:50. Like we literally ended right before this. Okay. Good stuff. Let's move to the next one. Sharon is your is rage. Okay. So this is a great question. Sharon is an agent for broker deal that is registered in all 50 states. Sharon receives an unsolicited order, which means nothing. Unsolicited means nothing to you, has nothing to do with it, from a bank, which does mean something. So if you have an institution calling you, there's a chance you get an exemption. You don't have to register. However, that if you're an agent, that's only available if your broker dealer is not in that state. So I'll say that again. The whole thing is, I always say like this for broker dealers: no office, no retail, no register. My dog's gonna bark in a second. No office, no retail, no register. That's the gate. However, on the agent, it's sort of the same thing, but it has to be no office, no retail, no broker dealer, no register. So the only way an agent can do business in the state without registering and get the exemption is the broker-dealer is not also in the state. So since the broker-dealer is in the state, all 50 states, if the bank calls, you better be fucking registered. So again, Ryan, if you are dealing with banks and you have no office, you may not have to register. But if your broker-dealer is in the state, then you do. If the broker-dealer is not, then you don't. Okay, hope that helps. But I answered it before I even said the thing. Yep. Does that make so, Ryan? Let me know if that makes sense. Boom. There we go. There's my answer, baby. I am just a Series 7 whisperer. Okay, here we go. I have. Okay, that's fine. So you got the 63 the other day. This is the 65, 66 question. I think you can't go wrong. If you just took the 7, look, if you have that, if you took the 7, bang out the 65. If you miss it, take the 66 the next day. So but again, there's no wrong answer because if you miss the one, you can take the other one the next day. So it's not a big deal. Okay, here's one. Okay. Hold on. Deadcraft, I'll get to you in 1 second. This is Seth's follow-up. Okay, do you have to? So right now, if you have the 7 and 63, you technically can earn commission. So you can, a lot of places, once you get that, you can earn. And if you are, then do it right, take your time, but don't take 6 weeks, take a month. That's not grinding, that's normal. 1 month, 4 to 6 weeks is normal. 2, like Emily having to do it in a week, that's grinding, okay? But that's usually the analyst class. Like they took the 63 on Friday or Saturday. They're taking the 7 this Saturday and the 57 the following Saturday. So that's what we're doing, okay? Some places do the 7 on Friday and the 63 on Sunday. So a lot of people have tough. But it's very hard to do the 66 in a week. But you'll do it, Emily. You'll rock this thing. So Seth, I would say do a middle of it, grind it out for a month, and just bang this out. That's your best bet. Okay. Back to Deadcraft. Okay. So why don't you? So if you failed it twice, you got second 72, literally 1 fucking point. So you're in good. By the way, sometimes the second one is hard. So Deadcraft, when you took the 7 one, did it feel harder? Because I see a lot of people go, "Oh my god, if I got they failed the second time." And they go, "If I got the one I got the first time, I would have killed it." So, so do you think you know this stuff well? I have a video called "Are You Ready?" where I just ask you open-ended questions. The anxiety, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just giving you advice that you can look into. I don't know what it's called, but there's things called beta blockers. Go to a doctor and see if they would do it for you. I mean, because maybe they will. And the only reason I say it is because I had a student, I mentioned it to her, and her dad was a doctor, and she said he's the most conservative doctor I've ever met. I mean, literally would never let her do anything. And she said, "I want to do beta blockers." And he said, yes. So it's worth doing. I have a lot of people that are on them. No, I know a lot of people who are on them. And they do help. They take the edge off. And maybe that's all you need is you get the edge off a little bit. And if you know this stuff, then that's all it is. Maybe you need to go get the Kaplan Q Bank or go buy the security. If you go to Securities Institute of America, you can buy a Q Bank for like $50, $60 and just get a ton of new questions. And this way, you know, Deadcraft, have you done my brutal exams? Have you done my exam on my website? I have an interactive exam on the website. Go take that and let me know how you do. Okay.
And Deadcraft, I have a question. If you don't pass the exam, because I'm trying to take the edge off here a little bit, what happens? Is it that you have to wait the 6 months? Is it that you're not going to have a job? Or is it just that you're going to be pissed that you have to restudy for it again? So I saw your post. You're still on here and you're posting. I think, it sucks that you got the 72, but you're right there. So I would not overly panic. And I always say, if you get in the mid to high 60s, you can't get there without, okay. My current.
Did he answer?
Does not. Here, look at the answer here. This is my point. If I don't have pass, I have to wait 6 months. My current firm does not require it. So the bottom line is you're doing this for a job, for your career, for work. If they don't require it, then you also have like the option of the 65, if that's a possibility, if you have the 63. And then if you take it in 6 months, then that's it. But like, don't, in an effort to study as calmly as you can and take the exam as calmly as you can, you got a 68, a 72. If you reread the book, do the chapter quizzes, take the time and the effort, you should be okay. You know, nobody can guarantee anything. You could pull an incredibly hard exam, or it could be incredibly easy. But the point is you're right there. Don't put extra pressure on yourself. You don't need to. So I mean, just stay calm. And remember, you're doing this like and like think about it. Your firm isn't even requiring this. You're doing this on your own, which I think is fantastic. That you're looking to add to your background. So because you're doing it for yourself, just get it done.
I love it. Okay. You should be taking yes. Should you be doing or you should be doing yes. You should do both. You should take this. You should be doing practice exams every day. Watch my crash course. Doug, do my brutal exams. I promise you they'll help. And then if you guys go, if you're taking the 7, if you take the Series 7 exam on my website, the interactive one, and you finish it, you get a bonus one. So you only get it if you finish the test. It's free, but you have to finish the test and get a score. Then you get a little click where you can get a new one. Try that. Okay. And they're both interactive. It's not a PDF, but you can't access it unless you finish the test. I'm a cruel bastard. Chloe. So, okay, any tips? So here's the thing. So scores wildly, I don't know what that means. Wildly, is it like 72 to 80? Is it 60 to 70? Is it 70 to 90? That makes difference, right? Different people have different determinations of wildly. So I need to know what you mean by that. And if it's 72 to 80, you're good. If it's 50 to 70, then I don't know what's going on. But again, you're taking it by different practice from 4 different sources. Are you noticing a pattern? Is there one thing? Is it the wording? Is it something like that? Okay. Did you already take care of this one?
This one is.
That's under your question.
Oh, I didn't see real estate. Oh, yeah. Another. Look at that. Good find. Been a realtor for 10 years, and now I have the. Here's the great thing about this. You have the sales background. You know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
Pass the exam. You use your connections from real estate. Use your I don't want to say sales ability, but your ability to relate to the client and let it rip. You'll do fantastic. You know, real estate, you know, when you're being a realtor, you're selling a long-term proposition. It's the same thing with this when you're doing, you know, somebody's portfolio. It's a long-term relationship. And I think that this is a great transition because it's still using your personality, which has allowed you to be in real estate for 10 years. And now you're going to put a different spin on it. So I think that this is another great one, a great transition. It should work very well.
I love that. Okay, I think we handled Nate. Oh no, okay. That's awesome. So this is good. So you essay. So it's interesting. I see a lot of places, advisor firms that can't sponsor for the 7. They require their people to get the SIE first, and then go for the 65. Like even though they can't, it's not like it's going to be held. I think just to see if they have the basic knowledge. This is great, Nathan. There's about 30% overlap. Obviously, a deeper dive, but there's about 30% overlap from it. So I think it helps you. I have a free 65 on my website. You can try it out. Keep us posted on where you're scoring. I don't know what to tell you on here because I don't know where you're scoring and stuff like that. But let's get it, baby. Let's get this fucking thing done. What's your time frame on this? I agree with this.
The future isn't knowledge, it's interpretation.
Yeah. Because remember, this is the thing. Whether you like it or not, Claude GPT, they're literally just repeating stuff they've seen. They can't think. So the problem is they can do the grunt work better. But that's why I keep saying. That's why I keep saying that I think we're going to be fine because it does stuff, but it's going to take off the crap we don't want to do when we get to do better things. Maybe we become better advisors. I mean, maybe some of the investment banking people that just do DEX aren't going to be as well, but somebody's got to check the work. Somebody's got to make sure it works. So what I do like this, Emily, somebody asked a question, a good one. Very shocked that you passed without books. So Emily, maybe you want to explain to everyone what your process was, and I can tell everyone not to do that, even though you passed, because I don't want people not to read the book. But Emily, I'm just kidding around. Why don't you let us know if you're still here, how you passed, how you basically passed it without reading, other than using Moa's videos. Okay. Now this is a great. So I don't know if you know about these. I don't think they're worth it. I don't want to shit on them, but I don't think they're worth it. I think learning what they have is worth it. Like getting the knowledge that they give you is worth it. But I don't think it helps. I don't think it's going to help you that much. I don't think it's going to be like getting a CFP or something like that. You know, like getting the license is good. Getting, the CFP or something like that, that would be more valuable. And they're fine, but I don't know that they're going to get you a job. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, I think that works.
I think,
Go ahead.
If you think that you're going to get a CFA, a CFP, an MBA, a CPA, those don't guarantee you success or financial, prosperity, if we want to,
Right.
use that kind of word. It's really about what drives you. Like I've seen the most successful people in this business, not like, hedge fund, systematic, programmed trading. I'm talking about financial advisor kind of roles or advisor roles, registered advisor, what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Registered investment advisor.
Oh, yeah.
Their success isn't because of the amount of degrees, certifications, or licenses they have. It's just that they're good business people. They know how to talk to people. They know how to relate to them. They understand the client. They're available. They pick up the phone. They talk to them. They respond to them quickly. That's where the difference. It's not from these exams. These exams are the entryway. Everybody needs them. It's like saying like the best drivers out there. It's not because they passed their driver's test with a perfect score, got it the first time. It's because they're smart about the way that they drive. They're cautious. They're careful. Right. There's so many other factors that go into it. Same thing with this.
I agree. Okay. So Hagens, I don't know if you're still here because it was about 20 minutes ago. But here's my thing. Hopefully, Hagens, let me know if you're still here. Hagen. Okay. Now, here's my thing on this. You're going to get advice from people who pass it on the first time. You're going to get bad advice. Okay. Now, by the way, Jeff, I want you to scroll down and look for what Dan Waldman posted like about a minute ago. Look what he commented.
I think I just
about 4 minutes ago. Okay. So, but I want you to think about that while I go through this shit. I'm telling you, reread the book. Everyone's saying don't read the book. I would reread it because you didn't pass. Okay. You didn't pass. So you didn't have enough knowledge to get through. And I promise you, rereading the book, you'll learn more than taking questions. Yes, questions are good, but maybe spend the first 8 to 10 days reading and then do questions. Because why would you not want to add more knowledge? Just throwing it out there. And I'd keep the same vendor unless you think they didn't help you. I don't like Past Perfect. I don't. I think they overteach, they overinstruct, and they go too crazy. Okay. Okay. You got to keep going. So don't worry about it. No, keep taking tests. Nathan, keep taking tests. Keep taking tests. Keep taking tests. You're there. You've only taken one. Keep doing it. Okay. Because you've done one test. Who knows what it is? That could be the wonky pancake. So let's go. That's a good base, though. Okay. Okay. So Doug, but I do want to show what Chloe put a thing in there that I want to talk about. But, oh, yeah. So you're going to get some videos. if you're taking the 7, I would up it to the $24 one. And then you get my options videos and you get more videos out of that. Just throwing it out there. But listen, you're going to see some of the old membership videos. That's totally fine. So if you don't want to spend 25 and here's the thing. If you're good with options, keep the $5 and just watch some of the old videos. I don't post all of them. I post some of them because what happens is some people come on and they give their idea on the test. And I don't really want that out in the public. I don't want people to get in trouble for like saying what they saw. They don't say what's on the exam, but they might. So, okay. I'd say achievable. You want to be high 70s, Ryder, and you want to have your readiness score to be in the 90%. Okay. It's amazing. I'm telling you right now, this is the problem. You need a cushion. The 65 and the 66. So the 7 makes you feel like a failing the whole time. The 65 and 66 make you feel like you're doing better than you are. I've had so many people come for the 7, go, I feel like I failed, but they passed. And I've had so many people come to me and they go, I feel like I killed the 66 and I failed. Because what happens is you guys start getting some easy questions and you get momentum and you get good and you get going. And so you did like 20 questions in 10 minutes and you made stupid mistakes. Like I took the 66 like 10 years ago. I did it in like 40 minutes. Okay. It's a 3-hour test, right? I did it in 40 minutes and I was like, oh, I got this shit. I passed. I got an 81, but I was like, I thought I did way better than that, but I went too fast. And when I wrote all my questions down, I was looking at them. I was like, oh my God, I made some really stupid mistakes. So that's why sometimes just going fast, and I know my shit. So, and I make stupid mistakes. So that's why you don't want to have momentum. You want to keep moving.
And for normal test takers,
yeah,
don't. When Ken says he was disappointed that he got an 81, I would have been ecstatic to get an 81 and move on with my life. So Ken's the only person I know that gets disappointed with an 81. So, take it for what it's worth. He's been doing this a long time. He's an excellent test taker. So,
I'm
take it all with a grain of
salt. The only reason I got out of high school and college is because I could take this. Well, literally that's the only reason. So now look, I want to see this. So remember I said to Chloe, what's your range?
Yes. That's a very wide range. I saw that.
Yeah, but what side is it on? It's on the passing side.
It is, but I still think that's a wide range.
Yeah, well, because she's using 4 different providers.
Oh, okay. That is an excellent sign then.
Yeah.
Because I have this conversation with people. If you let's say you're using STC and you're scoring in the 80s, and then you do a Kaplan and you get a 77, that is fantastic because you switch providers or vice versa. The wording, the way they phrase their questions, the way they structure their questions, it's going to vary. And the fact that you're nimble enough to, like Ken said, get those passing grades, it's a great sign.
Yep, but that's awesome. And she said occasionally she has the 60s
sign
with Kaplan, but for the most part, she's in good shape.
But that's being realistic.
Yeah,
it happens.
Okay, so Deadcraft, stay on because I want to talk to you. But this is crazy. Did you know this?
I did not know it, but do you? Okay, and 2 things. Dan, I see you've got the MBA designation, and back to my comment, I was thinking about this as when I saw the MBA. I'm not, when I say it's, an MBA without a doubt has its place in this business, like something like that. Right. If you want to get into a big global bank, an MBA is very valuable. It helps get you in the door in addition to, obviously having the licenses. So, but, it all depends on, if you want to be an analyst, an MBA is a phenomenal thing. Back to the E.F. Hutton thing. Do you remember the E.F. Hutton line?
Yes.
Commercial?
When E.F. Hutton speaks, people listen.
People listen. Yeah.
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. But when they came back, guess what? I just looked it up. Guess when they came back? And it's mostly investment banking, like you said. 2021.
COVID.
They've been around since 1906. But they
let commercials were their
they
best.
Disappeared. What?
The commercials were their best.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. It's great. So that's interesting that they came back. It's a good name, but it's funny. It just disappeared. Okay. Okay. So, Doug, the website is okay. If you go onto series7exam.org, where is it? That's the website. In the upper right corner, it says practice exams. There's an options, there's a bonds, there's a suitability, options, bonds, suitability, and a full one. And then at the end of the full one, if you get it, you'll get another one. You got to work your way through. Okay. Let me get to. Okay. Let me go. Shh. Okay. I don't have any mnemonics, but I do have a great video that helps. They're not going to make you remember every single one. Usually times they'll just say, if you go to my, I don't have a mnemonic for that. I just kind of remember that it's like treasuries, munis, U.S. and Canadian munis, banks, utilities, commercial, interstate carriers, commercial paper, stock exchange, nonprofit, charter, religious. I think I said commercial paper already. Anything sold to qualified issuers. Those are all mutual funds are exempt securities. Remember, exempt securities means they're always exempt. Exempt transactions are the ones there for securities that would normally have to register, but because of the way you're doing it, you don't have to. Okay. Okay. Now I want to get to Deadcraft because he was saying some nice things about me, and that's all I care about. Hold on. After this. You remember, Doug? Yes, but it's a lot. But you don't have to learn everything. That's why I don't like Past Perfect and Kaplan, because they overteach. They make you think you have to learn every little thing. You need a C-. That's all you need. Okay. I appreciate it. I love that. Okay. Yeah, no. Say Deadcraft. I'm not against it. I just think don't use them as you can use them to test your knowledge. Do not use them to know if you're ready or not. That's the thing. You can use Chat or Claude to see if you know a topic. You can, but don't use them to say, am I ready or not? That's the thing. You don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah. Get the license, get those 2 licenses. And yeah, if you're coming from a non-traditional route, you want to make yourself more attractive for sure. That's literally what you want to do every time. Okay. Okay. Ethan. Well, one of us is smart and it's not me. Okay. Okay. Taking a Friday. Okay, do the thing. I would go through my brutal exams. Make sure you do that. Go through. Watch my crash course. Oh wait, today's Thursday, right?
Yes.
So maybe you just watch the crash course stuff. Here's my thing for the 7. I don't know what vendor you have, but I want you to read customer count. So if it's on STC, it's chapters 2 and 14, and if it's Kaplan, it's 13, and 14. Okay. So I should probably do this, right? Okay. But so I would the baseline's fine. If you made some stupid mistakes, I feel better about it. You want to score a little bit better on that, but if you made stupid mistakes, we're good to go. But I would go over my crash course when you can. Read customer accounts and disclosures, which is 2 and 14 on SDC or 13 and 14 on Kaplan, and then just be ready for it. Okay. Okay. Again, don't worry about too much. But remember, qualified plan is ERISA. So it's qualified. It's pre-tax, tax deferred, pay tax on the growth when you come out, on everything when you come out. Non-qualified goes in after tax, tax deferred. You only pay tax on the growth. So say it again. Qualified, you never pay tax when you put it in. You pay tax on everything when you take it out. Non-qualified, you pay tax when you put it in. The gross tax deferred. So when you take it out, you only pay tax on the growth. Okay. Again, don't worry about the memory devices. If you want, find my Gorilla Style or my Power Hour. They will help. But I promise you, Ethan, make sure you go over the customer counts and disclosures. It'll help you more than anything else. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah. It's not perfect, but you could, right? So if you took the 66 and missed, you can definitely do the 63 out of the 66 book. You probably want the 65 book, but it's not, you can probably pull it off and then maybe just Google what's the difference and then look up what's like this. Here's the difference. It's all the same stuff, except for the 65 has more business and economics. So maybe watch my SIE economics and business videos and go from there. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. Keep it at 5. Just don't bump it up. You're gonna be good. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Oh, dead. Hold on a second. Okay. Ryder, stay there, baby. Okay, we're gonna be done. I get to go to the store after this. You take the 6 at the end of the month and currently using Kaplan with the sure. Yeah. Because you probably don't need to do anything. I would probably not buy it. I would not pay for anything because anything you need for the 6, first of all, if you use anything for the 6, you're probably fine. But wait, we're gonna bury the lead. You passed the SIE.
Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena.
Baby, that's awesome. But I would say focus on I would absolutely say focus on what do you call it? On the 6, don't pay for the subscription. Save your money. Second, make sure you have mutual funds, annuities, and customer accounts down. You got to have it down. Okay. Oh, Eric Duran. That's outstanding. I wish I had a Duran song for you. Okay. I should have planned that a little bit better. I could have done that. What are we going to give for you? We're going to give you a good one. I think I'm going to give you 2 of them just because I'm such a nice guy.
I said a hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to.
And you. Eric, thank you so much. I'm so glad. Not yet. Well, look at that. Look at that. He used 3 different vendors. Not okay. Here's my question. Which one do you think helped you the most? Other than my wonderful videos, which one do you think you helped you the most, baby? I love it, Eric. That's awesome.
And to add to that, if you put a comment in, do you think it helped having multiple vendors?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a great question. Boom. So I guess I'm Obi-Wan because I'm old. So am I the Alec Guinness one? Who played him in the other one? You know what's funny? My grandson, my wife and daughter were upset like about 6 months ago when my 6-year-old grandson said his favorite character is Darth Vader. I think that's cool. That's kind of badass. He ends up being a good guy at the end, right? Okay. Riders in the storm. Okay. Go to my, I'm going to talk about it now, but go to my Series 7 crash course. I have a taxes video. Cost basis is where you buy something. Proceeds is what you sell it for. The difference is my gain. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to yell it out on the screen. Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, you ever hear this one? Hey, Google, go play the latest podcast episode of Series 7 Whisper. See if anyone picks it up. Now, I used to do that on the live, and people complained that the podcast would start. But nobody has a Google. So look, if I buy stock at 50 and it rises to 60 and I sell it there, what's my cost basis? What's my proceeds? Ryder, yell it out. I want to hear it. What's my cost basis? What's my proceeds? So my cost basis is 50. And you want to say my proceeds is 10, but you're wrong. It's 60. Cost base is what you pay. Proceeds is what you sell. The difference is your cap gain or cap loss. I've taught that as so many times. And everyone goes 10 as my proceeds. I'm like, no, it's what you sell it for. Also, remember, when you buy a call or sell a put, your break even is cost basis because those are buying options. When you buy a put or sell a call, your break even is proceeds, because they're options that you sell stock. Okay. I would watch the video on it, Ethan. I won't do it, but if you watch the video on it, that's good. And yes, watch my Series 7 Quick and Dirty or the Power Hour on the way. Okay. I may have to get okay. As far as forms for limited partnership, when a death occurs, do we need to know specific forms and what the forms achieve? No, I mean, when a death occurs. No, you don't have to. You just have to know for limited partnership. Again, you sound like you're probably a past perfect. No. So limited partnership, you have to know that the subscription agreement is how you join. The certificate of limited partnership is how they file it. And that's probably what you need to know on that. I mean, there's some other things, but that's kind of the most of the forms you have to do. Look at that. Look at that. I don't think so. Although the analyst class, they were super nice to me because they think I'm famous, but I'm not. This is what I tell everyone. This is what I tell everyone. There you go, West. I like that. Thank you very much.
No, we're like the high school the head coach and assistant coach for when like Michael Jordan played basketball. We're not making any money, but we can say we started.
I know exactly. I know, it's so funny. So no, it's funny. Like when the analysts come in, they know who I am because of that. But whatever. Okay. Yeah, I use it all the time. I fucking love it. I look, if you go on my podcast, Series 7 Whisperer, some of my longer ones I do because I realize this is what I said. I like to throw every single way I can at you. I really do. Okay. I try to throw every single thing I can to make you guys pass. That's literally what I do all the time. Okay. Now, so what I do is, okay, so the reason I do that is because I need you to pass. Okay. Hold on. So I want you to pass. So I'll do the podcast. I got to do my shit on the podcast. And I mean, I have almost 1 million downloads on that fucker. But the other thing,
I have almost $1 million.
No.
No.
No, not quite. Okay. I'm 100 air for sure. I'm 1,000. No, I'm 1,000 air. I'm definitely 1,000. So,
I have 1 comma.
That's fair. Do I have a lot of zeros if you count the things after the
zeros? Yeah. Endless zeros past the decimal point.
Yep. So yes, I use them all the time. If you go on my Series 7 Whisperer podcast, I have some of the longer ones where I use that and I throw what do I do is I don't use other people's notes. I put my notes in there and then they create they create a podcast where the men want to talk to each other. I think it's kind of cool. It's okay. Oh, look at that. You're just throwing money away, Eric. That's awesome. Okay. You can, by the way, I want your money. Send me money, all the money, but you can comment without doing it. So, okay. Yes, I agree. I think Notman does pretty good. Yeah, that's fair. If you have Notman, I would get the Kaplan Q Bank. They used to use Kaplan's questions, but they did graduate from that. I think Past Perfect hurt. I think actually Past Perfect slows your learning down versus beats it up. I really do. I think it slows it down for sure. Okay. I think we hit the end. Eric, but that's awesome. I like the feedback on that stuff. I definitely do. Eric, I'm so happy for you. I think, is he done now? Yeah, you sounds like you're done. Boom. Yeah, read the book. I'm telling you, read the book. But I would read, the Past Perfect book is tough to read. Notman's okay, but when you're in a crunch, they tell you to just watch the videos. But anyway, it's awesome. Eric, thank you very much. I love that. Okay, here. Ethan, let's go. Come on us Tuesday. Take it like a fucking savage, right? You got to take this shit like a savage. We know we have to take this shit like a savage. We know we do, right? Here we go.
I'm a Series 7 savage, a bad one with a brain, turning volatility into stacks of heavy gain. FINRA tried to check me, now they stuck with a queen, the coldest operator that the market's ever.
I'm so mad that the video cut off at the last scene. Okay. Boom, you'll love it. And I just put a little things, like I literally just put a new video out for that stuff for the 65, so it'll help. Okay, everyone? I will see you guys. If you join the membership, I'll see you guys on Monday. If not, I'll see you guys in 1 week minus an hour, baby. Everyone have a good night. And Thank you so much. I love doing this. I love doing this shit. Jeff, I will see you guys later. Adios.
Yeah.